Hey Stephanie, how you doing? Thank you so much for kicking things off. I know you had posted this a couple of days ago, presumably to get some early feedback, but this is, and that's great, and I'm all for posting early, and you know me by now, this is pushing into week 5. I, I, I I'm not lazy, and I really, really try to get things done as they come in. This is an enormous class, so I have been spending the last couple of days, still addressing W1A or W4A1 discussion. So unfortunately, it took 2 days to get to this, but that's okay. I'm still within my 48-hour time frame. So let's get started. Okay, this is fabulous. The presumably the trifold brochure. My only question is, it's a really strange paper size. It's like 11.75 by 8.25. It's really, really bizarre. But just go ahead and go straight 8.5 by 11. It'll be cheaper. It's not a custom size. It'll be. I don't see the difference. I see the difference in size being nominal. I do not see it being an issue in the layout, etc. So my suggestion is to go with straight 8.5 by 11. Of course, unless you have a reason for going with this size, which I didn't see in your materials list. Okay, the brochure itself. Now, your materials lists are fantastic. I really think that you've got some good stuff going here. This is great right here. This is just great. I do want to talk about your design though. Since we're moving on, I want to talk about design. All right, and let's start with the trifold brochure. I think this is a trifold, right? Presumably, there's a fold. There's a fold. Okay, so let's take a look at the cover. I think the cover is a little bit difficult in deciphering your hierarchy. In other words, it's let us help climate change. I think that there's too much going on the cover in order. I don't think there's good solid hierarchy, and I think that can easily be. I think that can easily be addressed. And one of the reasons I think is going on is you've got a lot of icons here, and they're all competing with your logo. There's your logo. You've got this arrow here, then you've got these 3 icons, then you have this strip of colors. Okay, and that's great because everything's cohesive. However, I don't think that you should introduce these just yet, because right now they don't have any meaning on the cover because you haven't introduced their meaning yet. So I would take those off the cover, and I would take this arrow, this caret arrow off the cover too. Start with the logo, and instead of saying let us help climate change, let's just say how can we help climate change. I think that's a lot easier and a lot more inviting for somebody. I know it would be for me if I were to pick this up and look at it now. I'd go, let us help climate change. Okay, what are these? I'm just confused. What do you want me to look at? I'm confused, so I'm probably going to move on. Okay, as opposed to saying, how can we help climate change? Okay, question mark. So you don't even need a question mark. It's a question. So it's immediately sparking the curiosity. How can I help climate change? All right, that's directly addressing. Okay, and then what you can do is take that and move it down here. You can leave the colors. That's fine. But I definitely think that's too much. And I think presenting this as more of a statement question, I think would help. Okay. Back cover, it's really super obvious that the reason you have this big, weighty, kind of bulky gray circle is to somehow to reduce the impact of this set of graphics, meaning this image. I recommend stopping your graphics at the fold. Okay, that way you can use the back panel and traditionally present information there. Back panel is really a prime piece of real estate because when you think about it, when this thing gets folded up, this is the back panel. If that's sitting on a desk, okay, back panel up without this folded, you want information, and it's quite likely that it will. You want all of your information. You don't just we are the change and your contact information. Give us a little quick call to action, okay? Logo, call to action, contact information. All right. This page here, again, let's get rid of that caret arrow. It just doesn't seem to be really serving any purpose. And again, like I said, I would stop these at the fold. If these are placed graphics, I would ask you, if you were sitting in front of me, I would say, did you design those? And if the answer is no, you found them and placed them, I think that is pointing in the wrong direction. Same thing with these. And I would ask that question in an interview. I think a lot of folks would. So you definitely want to point to your own work. Okay, so if these aren't yours, I would design my own icons. I think the inside of the brochure looks phenomenal. I really do. I think, if anything, I think these. Let me see something. You've introduced this circle and that contact information, and you've introduced it here, but you're reinforcing it here, which is okay. It's okay. That's good. That's a good idea. So that works together very nicely. I think that you've kind of demarcated the important area of your information effectively. However, this almost looks like it's two unrelated areas because of the color change. Okay, can you see how this might, at first glance, this looks like it could be dealing with one topic, and this looks like it could be dealing with another. So you might want to address that. Material's awesome. T-shirt, that's great. I love the image of the T-shirt. That's really good. And then I think the trade show booth looks good. I think the materials is excellent. Great job. My only suggestion is, it seems like this is really big, and it seems like this all is really extra space that you don't need. Quite feasibly, you could get away with your trade show booth without this whole frame right here. You could get away with just having this, and the poles, and that's it, and using the ambient light from the trade show. I don't think you need this. I think it's just extra stuff that you don't need. Remember, reduce, recycle, reuse. Let's reduce. Don't need it. Thoughts on that are very, very welcome. All right, phenomenal job. I'm really liking the fact that this thing's starting to get some teeth and really show some direction. So fantastic job. Any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to get with me. But fantastic work. Thank you.